Alrighty. Excuse me. Hello, hello. Man, I was so sick yesterday. But I feel a lot better today. No more brain fog, thank God. Got a lot to do today, so I'll probably be streaming pretty late. We're going to be moving some stuff over to some customized AnimNotifies, so we can have like pinpoint accuracy on when certain animations play. I have let me not do this here. Do it in the viewport. I have a couple of the animations like pretty much figured out. A lot of dumb mistakes, but the casting animation is almost complete. So like you spawn these runes on your hands that like launch the actual projectile, and it spawns like these like ripple like effect, like rings. So that all looks pretty good. The next thing we're going to do is make these AnimNotifies in C++ so we can detach these rings once they're cast, but we don't want to detach them like right away. We want to detach them like right at the point where they're facing the direction of the launch. Because right now they're like just attached to like a socket on the arm, and they're being pulled back with the socket, and it just doesn't look right. So we're going to be making a change there. So first things first, make this notify. Excuse me. We will probably just make what is this? Oh shit, wait, hold on. There might actually already be what we need. Advanced timed Niagara effect, what is this? I just want to see if we can have this detach at a certain point. No, it doesn't look like it does that. No, okay. So we gotta make a custom one. That's fine. Here. We'll just leave it pretty generic. My editor. we're good. And Unreal Engine's been running like crazy slow past couple days. No idea why. Might need to upgrade my PC. Let's see here. Yep, reload all. Fine. Alright, for like custom animation notifications, there's like a couple things we just need to override here. And for this in particular, we're actually going to override these two. Or, no, wait, these ones here. I'm gonna copy this into our class here and just get rid of notify tick. I don't think we're gonna need it. I don't think we need a constructor, actually. Would be good. Alright, let's override this shit. Notify begin, create. I actually don't know if super needs to be called here, but I'm gonna call it anyways. Is there another one? No, okay. This music is pretty fucking dope, not gonna lie. It's like some random station. Okay. What else do we need here? We need our Niagara effect. So we want to make a Niagara system object pointer here. Wait. Niagara system 8? No, I think it is you. We also need Niagara component as well. We want to keep a pointer to the system that we spawn so we can get rid of it on the notify end. Now, like a lot of this shit is like built into the engine, but the reason we need this to be customized is because we don't want to destroy it on notify end. We actually just want to detach it from it, the player. That's a really big difference. Let's see here. What do I want to name this? We can keep it generic. Bell effect. think I went with a different naming convention, but for now we'll just do this. And we'll just name this Niagara comp. We probably will need a constructor. No, we won't. We won't. I'm like overthinking that. Alright, and notify begin. This is where we're going to spawn in the effect. We want to make sure the effect is actually valid before we do that. And we want to put our includes in here. So we have Niagara system, and then we have Niagara component, component. Oh, it's also saying this shit. So instead of calling super, you can just call the class above this, the parent class. Okay. Now we're actually going to spawn in the spell. For that, we're going to use the Niagara function library. I'm going to be including for that. And we want to spawn system attached with params. I have like written this out so many times that I'm just going to go into the other file that I have this already pre-written and grab it real quick. Which is in a character. Yeah. There it is. We want this. Oh yeah, my naming convention. I always put system at the end. There we go. Okay. I think this is all still relevant. Now, what do we want to attach it to? Mesh 1P, that's not how we get the mesh for the animation. I think it's like get anim instance. We can actually check and see. Or it might be event reference. Oh, no. Mesh component. Okay. Yeah, never mind. I'm sick. So, I have an excuse. I made a custom socket that we're attaching this to. And it's called casting socket. Let me double check that. go into our character here. Yeah, casting socket. Just in case I spelled it wrong, I'm gonna directly copy it here. Another thing is, like, so I'm just thinking ahead because this effect should have a different color based on the current ability that's being cast. So I'm thinking of the best possible way to create this so I don't have to change shit in the future. If that makes sense. Like, I want this to be like dynamic, and I want it to be something where we can just feed it parameters and it can change it. AnimNotify event reference. What is this? This is something that we can override. Right now I'm just looking for a way to where I can pass in data to this and use it. Right now it doesn't look like there's a pretty good way to do it. Not off the top of my head, at least. I might be able to... might be able to actually set this when we first spawn in the animation. Let me see if there's a way to actually pull these custom like notify events when we play like a animation montage. Because what I'm thinking is when an animation montage starts, we just pull all the AnimNotifies off of that montage, and then we check to see if it is of this type or this class, and if it is, we can call a function that can set the correct properties on this. Yeah, I'm gonna try it that way. Because what we want to do is we want to have like a color. And by default, we'll just like make it white or something. And then I also want to... no, maybe it's just color. I think later on, what we're going to do is we're actually going to feed it a custom system entirely. Because like the different classes that characters have, I want them to spawn different effects for this. But I think right now we'll just do color. And I will create a function to set this color right now. I have to move this to public though, so it is accessible. I don't know if this way will work. And I'm going to make a note here so I remember why I wrote this and what we're trying to do with it. We'll try and set We'll try and use this function. And we first do our yeah, okay. All right, so here we want to actually detach this effect from our character. We don't want the character to like have this thing jolting around on its arm after it completes the cast. We might be able to just call detach from parent with a maintain world position. Let me look at both functions. I want to see if there's anything I need. Because I think what this does is what is this? Keep relative. Okay, this changes it to keep world position. What does this also do? Yeah, okay, so this is fine. I'm gonna put a log in this as well, so we can keep track of this. I just want to make sure that this is actually getting called. Excuse me. Gonna do the same thing here. Make sure that this is actually getting spawned. No? That was weird. I don't think I changed anything in this. Let me just make sure I didn't move my socket on accident. That would really mess this up. No, it's fine. There. Okay. Now what we want to do is Go in here and make a new AnimNotify. There it is. We will name this one probably spellcast, actually. Set up the parameters on this. Okay. Now what we're going to do is inside here, we're going to replace this guy with our new state that we just made. Delete this. I think we would want to detach it like right here. Yeah, it works too. Look at that. I mean, it's the wrong direction, but that's fine. You can crack that. Music is fucking crazy. Okay. I think there's actually something in params here. For rotation. Yeah, okay. We'll also make one for location as well. Okay. Yeah, looks good. Alright, so now what should happen is we spawn this animation, or this Niagara effect, and then when it hits the end of the state here, it'll detach at the last position. Pretty much just giving us complete control over the effect. Yeah, so the rotation and the location are both off. The Y is off by 180. Yeah, it was. And then we just need to -20. Nice. I know the ripple effect looks like it's off, but I'll show you real quick what it looks like. I might also add a scale as well, so we can increase the size of this on the fly. Yeah, so that looks like it's off just a little bit. The animation might need to get changed a little bit here. Just like 160, see what it looks like. Wait, is it? Let me do that again, but I'm gonna put it to 120. Okay. That should look a lot better now. Yeah, I mean, we just gotta add like a little bit of like offsets and shit, but it's basically there. I'm probably gonna tweak the animation so his arm is like more towards the outside. I also got to change up some of the other animations too. A lot of them are using the older ones, but I can swap that pretty quickly. There is Fireball. No, that's not what I wanted. We don't want this to spawn directly when the arm is like all the way out. We kind of want it to spawn like right there. Yeah, and the size of that also has to get changed. That's way too small. Sometimes the editor kills me. Yeah, so like right here is probably good. Right around 700. See what it looks like. I mean, besides the fact that it's like spawning like way above where the arm is, pretty good. I just gotta adjust the height of it, I guess. Alright, let's add in some parameters so we can tweak the actual size of this too. Wait, I did make that it. Yeah, okay. Edit anywhere. We're good. Just checking. I'll probably up it to like 1.5 or something. We do want the rings to be a little bit bigger than the wrist there. It just looks like really awkward having it be that small. So we'll fix that right now. Where are my... Okay. .5 actually might be too big. Is it even changing? Okay. I don't think it is. Yeah, it's... oh wait, that is... Alright. We just gotta edit the sprite size then. We have it at 12. Let's put it to like 16. See what it looks like. Okay, that looks a lot better. Yeah, so the goal is once we get this pretty much completed, we're going to have it be essentially like customized like rings, and the color and shape and symbols on them will basically be altered depending on what class the spell is from. Definitely gotta move the animation over though, or at least like have it like tilt a little bit more. I know that looks so... I know it looks really weird like here, but from like the perspective of the player, I think this is going to look a lot better. Okay, we overshot it. That's fine. Bring it back down. Like 19. A little bit. See if we can I want to see what direction this is. Does that move it up to the right there? Yeah, we don't need it like that. I just want to see what direction this actually moves it here, because the socket is in like a weird orientation when the arm twists, because the location of this is actually going off of the forearm here. So it's not going to be exact, but I just want to see if I can just tweak this a little bit. Also, if the editor is like too loud, let me know. I think that looks a little bit better. Yeah. Okay, so there's some animations, by the way, that haven't been converted from our old system. And, like, the transformation ones specifically are not supposed to look like that. Like, the wolf in, like, bird form, for instance, the character's supposed to basically start, like, crawling almost, or, like, go into, like, a position where he's, like, ducking. Then he turns into a wolf, and for the bird, he basically will just like spread his arms out and then transform. But since we moved it over to a new model, he just doesn't have the animations yet. But we're gonna move him, or we're gonna convert him over. It's not a problem. I just want to make sure that all this shit looks good first before we go into that, because that's the least of my worries. Yeah. Let's see what this looks like on the network now. So one thing I noticed right off the bat is you can see when he starts to do the animation, you can see the rings behind him come like flinging forward, which is not what we want. Huh, okay. That's something with the actual effect then. See if that fixes it. Damn it. Okay. Damn. Alright, so the way we're gonna have to fix this then is a little bit more complicated, but entirely doable. So what we're gonna do is when this thing spawns, I'm going to have it pretty much be invisible until it reaches like right at the front. So Instead of going off of normalized age here, I'm actually just going to go off of the age itself. So I can like pinpoint the exact spot that we want it to be visible. What is this, 0.32? We want it to be visible at 0.46. Oh shit, yeah, so something else is actually overriding the opacity on this, I forgot. Okay. It's fine. What we can do instead is manipulate when it spawns. Or manipulate like the scale of it. We can have this spawn in at what, like, what is this? 0.46. And I know it has an offset, so we're not going to do that. Set to 0. We increased the spawn time by, what was that? 0.22 or something? So, if that's the case, we're gonna have to move a large portion of this back. So, subtract that. I know this is going to go into the negative, but that's okay. Fuck. That's not time, that's e-data. Fucking losing my mind. Hey, how you doing, man? Welcome back. I put -22. Yeah, at this rate, we're just gonna keep this 0. Yeah. I'm guessing you've been practicing pretty much all night then, eh? Looped age? No, we just go off of age. I mean, to be honest with you, it's like no different. Apparently it is. What the hell? Oh no, it is. It is massively different. So we had this set here. This one I'm actually just going to keep on looped age. So in this case, I'm actually going to have to add the key here, I believe. This is like such a convoluted way to do this. Okay, we're good. The problem is it's spawning. I swear I changed that to 0. Did it change back, or did I just undo it? Must have undid it. Okay. That was actually fucking with this. I know I have to change it, but I want to see how much I actually have to change it by. Definitely not that much. .5, 0.05. That we don't touch, I believe. Pretty close. Nice. Alright, now we shouldn't have that thing where the rings are spawning behind him. I mean, the middle one here has like a very slight delay on it. So, I mean, if that looks bad, we could just go in and quickly change that one, but we'll see how it looks on multiplayer. Amazing, isn't it? Are you referring to like what you achieved, or the animation I'm creating? Yeah, you can still see it a bit. Not as bad though. Alright, we'll just go in and change the other one. Yeah, you just gotta keep practicing at it. Alright, when do we want the second one to spawn in? Is that 0.33? The 0.33, what is that? 0.21 seconds? Yeah. Okay. Get rid of that offset too. And velocity. We gotta increase this by like 0.05. think the middle one scales up a bit too much there. So the first one scales rubber bands. The middle one is super off. Oh yeah, we have to do this. That goes away. I think we pretty much got rid of all of these stutter keys here. Minus 0.22. Or is it hard to get into game development? No, not really. I mean, nowadays it's easier than ever, to be honest with you. I mean, shit, I learned from just building stuff and reading about material online. I think the scale of this is just a bit too much too. Probably downsize that a little bit. I don't know if this one needs to actually get modified there. Yeah, no problem. I mean, like, I'm here to help people get into it. So if you have any questions about like where to begin, or like if you're working on a project and you need help, like definitely ask. When I first started, there weren't a lot of resources. So I had to basically just like slam my head against the wall to learn a bunch of shit. Can you tell him tips? I don't think you understand how to use Unreal Engine yet. Probably scale this up to 5. Just need a difference here. The ending is 2. Ending for this. Probably gonna increase like 2.9. Oh, use Scratch. I mean, Scratch is a good tool for like absolute beginners, yeah. It helps you kind of understand the fundamentals of how code executes. So one of the effects I'm going for here, I mean, it's like pretty close, but the middle and the end one just aren't doing the last part of the effect chain. They're supposed to basically like increase in size, decrease down, and then increase slightly again. And it's essentially to make like a shockwave like pulse effect. The first one's doing it like perfectly fine. So you can see increases, decreases, then increases. And it all has to do with this. .1. We just got to make it a little bit more drastic, I guess. I don't know why there's a key here. Kind of weird. So 0.2, 1.2, 1.4. Put this down to 1. Keep it at 1.4. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that's a lot better. See how they're expanding, contracting, and then expanding one last time? So the first one expands big enough for the second one to come through, and then the third one. And then they all kind of collapse and then expand slightly again and disappear. Nice. Oh, I also have like a ton of free resources on basically everything on Unreal Engine 5 in the Discord. I actually have so many people coming here asking about that, or about like where to begin, that I'm probably just gonna make like a video on like the roadmap that I took to get where I'm at right now. Kind of go over like pretty much every piece of material that I learned from, and the point of learning that particular thing. Making sure that this actually looks... Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Ooh, wait a minute. Is that still remaining attached on the client? That's a problem. Okay, so that notify isn't replicated, which is bad. Let's find out why. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look at another on rep function and see how it's actually getting replicated. And I'm just going to move it, or move that functionality into this state. This is why we do testing. Let's go to my public folder, animations. Let's see. Let's open up the code for this. There's a very particular variable I'm looking for. Trigger on dedicated servers. Where's this guy at? Oh, I actually have it here. I wonder if it's a live coding thing. No, I was like deathly sick yesterday. I still kind of am today, but it's definitely not as bad as it was yesterday. I was out for the count after I ended stream. Oh god, wait a minute. Do you see where that actually detached? Alright, so on the client it's not detaching. Can I try it now? Hell no. I'm still kind of sick. I also like missed out on so much time yesterday when I should have been programming, but basically in bed, dying. So in order to reach my goals for the end of the week here, I really have to focus up and get these things done. Tell me a tip. Yeah, go ahead. I really hope this isn't something that I have to multicast. What I'm going to do is I'm going to see if this is something happening on both clients. Keep your heels of your foot up and don't have your feet flat. I have people tell me do the opposite of that. So what I'm looking for right now yeah, so it's very inaccurate on the clients. The thing is, on the clients, it is detaching. But on the client actually calling it, it is not. Weird. Yeah, so it gets detached there. Not here. Oh, okay. This is just like some weird, like, type of abstraction that I hate, but kind of love. Because I see what, like, why they do it. Because I guess it would make, like, AnimNotifies more complex. Not really. But, yeah, it's just weird that this is replicating across the server, but not to the local client. The local client doesn't receive the end of the state. I don't know if that's like a bug or I'm just missing why everybody else but the local client doesn't have that event called. Keep the heels of your foot up and don't keep your feet flat. So you're saying like stand on your tippy toes, is that what you're saying? Yeah, I gotta figure out why that event isn't called. Real quick, I'm gonna use my best friend. Huh. Oh, so this is a really weird interaction. So wow, I don't even know how to explain this. I'm using the gameplay ability system completely outside of blueprints, pretty much. It's all in C++. And the way I'm using it in particular is I'm using animation montages with gameplay tags that are basically set on an animation notify in the middle of the montage. So like when that particular frame gets like hit, it will trigger the next step of the gameplay ability system. So like actually activating the ability. And that's all well and good. But with what I'm currently doing right now, it's a slight problem. And it kind of explains why the local client isn't getting this notification. Oh wait, also, do you see that too? Wait, on the server, it's actually not showing it now. It just was though. Weird. I'm gonna recompile. You gotta love the layers of abstraction. I don't know why that word is so hard for me to say. I actually fucked up. I don't even think I had Twitch chat open. Oh, whoops. I didn't miss anything. I promise. How's your game going, by the way? You still working on it? I believe before you said you were making a survival game. Oh wow, these are basically in an entire different section. Huh. Okay. You quit development on it. Bro, don't be like me. Well, I guess like me in the beginning. Gotta keep going. You're working on the tax evasion and buckshot roulette online. What is that? I don't think you told me about that one. The hell is texting? Okay. Let's test that again. 2 separate games, but I know how it works and it'll be fun AF. Hey, more power to you, man. Oh, there was also another bug I found yesterday with the combat. That was crashing the shit out of my game. We'll probably fix that too. Alright, let's see what's happening. Ah, what the fuck? Still remaining attached. Let's look at the other client. Is the other client seeing that too? The fuck? Oh. Whoops. It detaches. Strange. So I've worked with AnimNotifies in the past. Just want to preface what the next thing I'm about to say. And I actually have not run into this issue before, which is why I brought up that it could be associated with how I am doing networking with the game playability system. So I think the next step here is for me to take a look at the built-in AnimNotifies for Niagara, and I just want to see how they are networked. Like, is it a multicast? Is it like a client RPC? Like, there's no way it's a client RPC because the one calling it isn't even getting that function. Actually really fucking weird. You found 2 limitations for the tax evasion. Dude, I still can't believe you're making a tax evasion simulator. The giant map I imagined is now impossible. You're gonna make a giant map for it too? Sorry. Again. Guys, I'm like losing my mind. So much shit going on. Okay. Let's go up to the base class here. Where is that? I'm looking for that Boolean that says it should run on a dedicated server. Is that in UObject? Am I just like hallucinating? It's gonna drive me nuts if I don't fix this right now, to be honest with you. Maybe I can make a different type of notify. Maybe the state one is just the problem. Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I didn't use a state before. Oh, what the hell? Wait a minute. This might be it. Showing on other oh fuck. Let's cancel. There's got to be something with this right here. Let's move the end of this to a different point and see if it's actually called on the server. There's a couple different things I'm going to do to test this, just because I don't know the answer and I really want to find it. Again, called on the client, not on the server. Or the local client. I'm gonna see if there's some like really weird shit with replicating notifies. Sorry, just looking at a forum post actually about this exact problem. Stop showing me a dude just wearing underpants. Oh, it's not underpants. Well, maybe it is. Damn it, maybe it's something with states. I mean, another way to do it is to use like a timer or something, but I really wanted this like frame specific. The initial state, like that gets called and that works just fine. Oh wait, maybe maybe I do have to multicast it. Hate doing that shit, but I might have to. Can you multicast from a notify? About to find out. Oh, wait, there was actually something else I wanted to look at here. So I believe there's another Niagara state. And I want to see if that does or has any type of code in it specifically for replication of the end state. Where are you at? Here we go. Not that I can see. Oh, okay. Wait a minute here. Get spawned effect. Okay. I think I see how they're doing it and how they're getting it to replicate here. Get spawned component tag. Oh, it's literally just the just get F name. Okay. Give him a what now? I'm not even gonna try and pronounce that. I would butcher all of that. What is this? A UFX system component. Huh. Okay. Alright, well, this is what I'm gonna do. I am going to change my current class to be a child class of this. So I get the functionality of that. Oh, I don't think this is actually in this folder. Where is this located? Okay, here it is. Niagara AnimNotifies. Alright, maybe I'll just copy the file path here. Get rid of that shit. .h public. I really need to go far back as plugins? I don't think so. Probably here. I'm gonna keep that for good luck right now. Oh wow. is my word. Wrong file. Oh, trying to navigate to that include. Goddamn. Alright. Ugh. No. Not doing that shit. Google it. I might have to. Actually, no, fuck that. I'm just gonna do this. It's not what I wanted to type in. Just make the class here and just copy it over and just get rid of it. At least see what it is. Oh, I'll see what it is in a second here. Oh my god. Apparently I already had my project scoped to that point, so all I had to do was this. Works for me. So we have that. Notify begins. Excuse me. Keep relative offset. Yeah, that's fine. This is virtual, so I can override this too. I'm basically going to take actually I'm just going to do it this way. Oh, that's what you were asking me to Google. I thought you were literally asking me to Google what the I got you. I thought you were asking me to Google what the include was for that file I was looking for. Okay, that makes a lot more sense actually. I also did Google it, and I'm not going to give them that. It's a Norse-themed game. Or Nordic, I guess. Norse mythology. Something. Notify end. Destroy, deactivate. Yeah, we also are overriding this. Oh, it's calling spawn effect there. Okay. Got it. Okay, so I see how they're actually replicating all this now. They're not necessarily storing something onto the character. What they're doing is they're spawning something, attaching it to the character, and then they're just pulling that thing again. The way I was doing it was basically holding something on the notify itself that I would use later, which is a big no-no. Okay. So, I mean, it should work now. Get rid of this. Oh, actually, I think this checks for the system. Yeah, it's already doing it here. I don't need to check for it. Okay. I just gotta get rid of that other file now. We're gonna have no need for it. Yeah, this one right here. I'm gonna do that at a later point though. It can be quite messy. Okay. Yeah, let's see if it works. Uh-oh, I broke something. Probably either from live coding or the offset isn't working. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, we don't need all this shit. There's actually only one function I needed on that class, that I'm thinking about it. Probably just going to move back to this, because I really don't need all this shit. This spawn effect thing. Kind of all I needed. Oh, and this too, actually. I'm gonna snag it. Just think it's so funny that instead of just using getF name, they do this, but that's the beauty of literal programming. It's an unlockable skin. I am not a great visual effects artist, so I don't know if you would trust me to make something like that. I don't know if you would want me to, what I should say. This air type. Hmm. I'll be honest, the music today is like really cool. I dig it. We do not need... Don't think we need this. No, this is calling it after too. Okay. Do not want to destroy the effect. It'll die on its own. think that's it. You trust me? I wouldn't trust me to make that. Oh hey guys, I got a text message saying, can I recommend a job for you? We have a number of remote and full-time jobs. Positions pay between $80 and $300 per hour. Come on now. Get the fuck out of here. This shit's crazy. What is wrong with my function here? Syntax missing. Is it? I'm just gonna grab their forward declares. Try again. You're in $200 per hour doing pottery? Fuck, what am I doing? That makes me question my existence. To be safe, I'm actually going to close out the editor and do an actual compile here. I don't trust live coding when I make changes to classes like that. I've had too many instances of shit breaking. Did it too quickly. There we go. No, they said $300 an hour. That's not even like an actual, hold up. I mean, it's not a real offer, it's a scam. They try to get you to just respond so they know they have like an active number, and then they just like never leave you the fuck alone. That's why I don't open the messages. I just like look at the notification and just know it's some piece of shit trying to steal from me. But yeah. Dude, $80 to $300 an hour. I got one from a couple months ago, and they were like, yeah, we pay $50 an hour. And I was like, they also said it's like full-time remote and everything too, and I'm just like, okay. I never applied for it, so definitely a scam. Everyone's out here just trying to steal. I'm just trying to live, man. Uh-oh. Oh, that's just, Steam. That's fine. Alright, I mean, the good news is it's working. It looks like my parameters though got reset, so I'll fix those and we should be done with this animation now. Thank God. Oh, whoa, 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 Jill. Huh. Now that's interesting. Oh, wait, no, it's not. I'm just stupid. It's detaching. I had it set to detach at a certain point, and it was. I just didn't change it back. So we want it to detach, like, right about here. Right? Yeah, looks good. You'll earn $500 in a few years and you have a lot of experience. They're out here faking 300. Dude, $300 an hour is so much money. What would that be like? $35 an hour is 70 grand a year. So if we just times that by 10, you're making roughly about like over $500,000. Something crazy like that, right? Oh no, I'm not gonna think about it that much. Yeah, okay, looks good. Probably gotta adjust the like angle a bit. Yeah. Wait, negative 18, is that for... Real quick, I just want to... Okay, that's for the actual, like, left to right. The rotation of this isn't set. Or, like, it's a weird rotation because it's going off of the socket in the forearm that we put. So, like, when he turns, like, his wrist and, like, forearm and shit, it actually, like, the socket just gets, all haywire, so the rotation's a little weird. But what we want to do is let's have it tilt down a little bit here. That's too much. Maybe like 177 actually. That might be good. Yeah. That looks pretty fucking good. In my opinion at least, but dude, so much. Oh man, I'm not great with visuals, and I've spent the past like 72 hours, maybe more, just non-stop, like on stream and off stream, just learning how to use Niagara better. Holy fuck. It's been a journey. Let's just put it that way. I was like, in my mind, I'm going to set out to make this specific effect, and I wanted to do this specific thing. And I wasn't going to stop till I got it done. And finally, I have it looking just how I imagined. That feels pretty good, not gonna lie. So much hard work. I could probably tweak like a couple things on it, like the ripple effect possibly. But I can do that later. do you think? Do you like the animation? Or the visual effect? I had to custom make the sound and everything too. Because there wasn't like, I don't know, there was like no good like sound effects for what I needed. So I found like a couple random noises online and pretty much just changed them completely into that like deep like shockwave noise. Alright, enough tooting my own horn here. Let's look at the list. What do we got to do? Excuse me. Okay, we got that. That isn't done yet, but I'm not too worried about that right now. Let's see. I mean, this effect right here actually can just be... that can be done pretty easily with what we just made. The next thing I have to do is fix the effects for when the character is actually selecting an ability. Those are actually, that's actually a huge one. Yo, what's up? How you doing? I'm so happy with the way that turned out. It's all like the subtle shit with it too, like the ripple effect. I don't know. Next thing. Yeah, so I can show you what the bugs are that we're gonna get rid of. I actually don't need to be replicated. So put that down to 1. So well, first off, the hand like is like right behind our radial wheel here. So you can't even see like the rune, which is pretty bad. I got it working to the point now where the rune changes based on like what ability you're hovering. There's a couple bugs with it. One being, I believe the rune stays in your hand for like an extra like 10 seconds or something. So that's pretty annoying. What's the other one? Fuck, I wish I wrote it down. It was actually happening last night. I think it was something where like if you select an ability and then you cancel it, it's not disappearing right away. Regardless, we're going to go in and take a look at what we got here and fix all that shit up. It is in here. Oh man. All right. Yeah, so this should actually be stopping the system entirely. What I'm actually going to have happen is this is going to get changed where it doesn't despawn it. This is going to be a 2-part animation that waits for a variable to get changed. So it can continue on. Because what I want to have happen is, like, the rune that gets selected, I want the character to essentially, like, absorb it. So, like, when they select the ability, they basically, like, crush it into their hand, and then it turns to particles, which then go into the seal that's on their wrist. So, lose my voice. We're going to be implementing that. Right now, I have it like, you select something, it displays the rune in their hand, and their like fist like clenches. So the next part of that is going to be that animation where it clenches and it crushes it. We just got to create that. Dude, I fucking love this playlist, by the way. I gotta like remember to bookmark this. Music is awesome. I think this is it. Yeah. A couple things with this. The particles are like way too spread out, so we're just going to touch up a little bit of stuff here before we like really move on. This is a weird balance. For some reason this like music reminds me of like Pokemon music and shit. It's pretty fucking dope. I'm trying to see like how I want this to look, because there's like a couple things. Like, I'm using like particles, and I threw this together in like 5 minutes. It's nothing like crazy. It's one thing in the center with constant force, essentially just twirling shit around it. And then the particles die when they reach the center. But what I think I want to have happen is, instead of this like force, I think I might want to use something where it will scale the size of the particle down to basically nothing, but increase the brightness as it gets closer to the center. So it looks like what's happening is this like rune is absorbing like energy around it. So I might get rid of this point attraction force entirely. I might add a vortex. Thinking about maybe I can scale color by speed. Because I think on the outside I want it to be slow and then it ramps up speed as it goes, as it like heads towards the center. I'm not going to touch that right now. Well, actually, I want to be able to see it, so I guess I'm going to tweak it just a little bit. Get rid of that. Hmm. Apologize. That was like super loud. My microphone stand squeaks like a motherfucker. Normalized age. So, I mean, technically we can actually just increase the life span of our particles. What are you saying? You have no what? No crows? And we might actually have to use a point attraction force. I think I was running into another problem with this actually. And I think it had to do with the color. Oh, but I think I solved that with pixel color. Yeah, I did. Okay, never mind. think that's a little bit too high. I think before I kept the lifetime of these sprites relatively low because when this system would get deactivated, I didn't want them to stick around for too long. Oh, and this is going by current loop duration. Okay. Five seconds, yeah. We set that to 1, it should be fine. I think the area is a bit too wide. You also don't want like a crazy amount of particles. I'm already spawning about like 150 on this. Because I'm not trying to like blind the player when they're doing this shit. Another way I can kind of control it is by lowering the handle. Like maybe like 80. So it's not like as tall. What I'm just trying to avoid right now is overshooting. I don't want the particles to just start like spinning around the center like a top. Yeah, what's up? Yeah, like this. think it's too high. 20 is probably right where it needs to be. Traction radius is also just kind of crazy. We don't need that. Honestly, like 150 maybe. Maybe just a little bit more than this, because we don't want the particles on the outside to stay on the outside the whole time. Yes. I said yes. What's up? Still a couple. I guess we'll just leave it at like 200 then. That should pretty much catch everything. I don't know if you want to do that. Evading taxes is something you go to prison for. Yeah, we also have to kill off all the other particles. We basically want it to reach like the center, and that's it. So I'm gonna put in a kill radius for it. Too high. Almost there. Let's see. Good. Hello, how are you? Yeah, that is completely off. Just exploring. Yeah, I feel that. What I do from time to time. Right now we're just making some visual effects. We got done some combat stuff earlier today. So this is I guess the relaxing part of the stream. It's also the one thing I suck at, so trying to get better. Yeah. So this game, 146 days consecutively so far. We're just touching up some stuff right now, but this is like my test map. We got the lobby where you meet up with like your team and like do all your like loadout shit. So that's this. This is my basically like a light that just gets hidden in the game, but it just kind of smooths everything out. This is where you turn in quests. And then we got one of our game mode maps, which is a arena for 3v3 and 5v5. Oh, also thank you for the follow. I didn't get notified for some reason, but appreciate it. And then we got a PvE map. Yeah, so a lot more stuff I gotta make, but I gotta get all the boring stuff out of the way. Thanks, man. A lot of hours. You like the particles? Yeah, I appreciate that. The effect that we just finished up today is actually one for the combat itself, which is for the casting. So I kind of just like tweaked the animation and how spells are actually kind of like slung out of the character's fist. So you basically shoot out like 3 seals and then there's like a ripple effect that happens afterwards. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I love Norse mythology. So I wanted to make a game that was kind of like Nordic themed. Yeah, I feel the same way. It feels really good to actually use abilities with it. Because it has like visual and like audio cues and everything. So like timing attacks. I don't know, everything just lines up pretty well. Yeah, so like basically everything with it, it actually moves with the character's velocity. So if I'm running and I'm doing that as well, the particles will actually follow my speed. So if I'm standing still, it moves a little bit slower. Yeah, it's all through trial and error, because with the system I had before, when I was moving, you would throw an ability out and then like all of these effects would be behind your character because you're moving faster than they actually spawn. Yeah, I feel the same way. So I'm gonna try to do it some justice and make something that looks nice. I'm also going to make like the environments interactable, and the terrain will be something that you can actually modify. Yeah. One of the things I want to make is like a like an earthbending class. So I have a lot of the stuff made to do that. But I wanted to make sure that like all the animations were done before I touched it. Yeah, that's why I'm learning it. I've been using Unreal for about 2 years at this point. Something like that. So far so good. It's all good. We all start somewhere. I don't like if you're looking to learn, that is. If you're just kind of, you know, vibing out, I get that too. Hey, we all have a dream game. I'm making mine right now. Well, one of them, I guess. Yeah, I mean, like, I wasn't expecting to make this game, to be honest with you, but, after trial and error and, like, making a bunch of other, like, small games for, like, game jams and shit, I was like, oh, fuck it, I'll just give it a shot. And here we are. You never know unless you try. But, yeah, I don't have a degree in like programming or computer science. I learned everything pretty much on my own. Through all the material online. Yeah, just you gotta pick the engine first and decide how you're actually gonna like get started with it. Get like a little like roadmap together and stick to the plan. How long was your tutorial hell? Oh, brother. It's not over. I'm 2 years in. I'm still looking shit up. It's a never-ending struggle, my friend. I really like that you plan on making terrain stuff. Yeah, I want to make everything interactable. Right now, the combat system I have is all projectile based. There's no instant cast abilities that just like spawn at a point. So it allows abilities to actually explode mid-air or like collide. So you can actually shoot other players' abilities out of the sky. So if you're like really good with aiming, you can stop some shit from happening. Yeah, so you can block projectiles. One of the things I want to make was like defensive abilities. One of them's like this rock wall thing. So like this can actually absorb projectiles, and some projectiles can actually destroy them. Yeah, dude, you're always going to be learning. That's the exciting but also like part of you know, programming. There's still shit that I'm learning every single day, and I have to like look up or go back and research again. But with that being said, you get to the point where you don't realize that you're really good at it. You still think you're in tutorial hell, but you're like doing way better than you were like a year ago. You'll be able to like make classes and like create things just based off of like memory and shit you've made before. And when it gets to that point, it feels really good. Part of programming. Yeah. Programming is it's not easy to learn in the beginning, but man, once you like get past like the first like couple months of like doing it consistently and teaching yourself or doing a course, it all kind of comes together, and then all other languages usually make sense. I've learned about 5 or 6 of them at this point. I used to do like web development stuff, but that is not my thing. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm gonna be doing this every single day. I've done it for the past 146 days in a row now, so I'm not planning on stopping anytime soon. If you look up my channel on YouTube, I have a Discord in there, and I basically copy and paste all the documentation and material I use to learn, and a bunch of other like helpful shit inside the resources channel in that Discord. So I just pretty much hand it all out for people to use. It's not my own shit, it's just stuff that I found on the internet that was really, really useful, that I wish I had in the beginning. But yeah, it's North Rock Studios on YouTube. I think I can... Oh no, I can't open up Discord, it crashes my OBS for some reason. Yeah, you don't... Listen, you don't have to. I'm just saying that there are resources there if you need them. You could also grab them and leave. That's fine with me as well. Also, feel free to hit me up with questions you have. If I can speed up the process for anybody, I shall help to the best of my ability. Yeah, it does feel hard to start, and honestly, like, I can give you advice on starting, right? But it totally depends on what you're looking to do and like what your current knowledge is. If you know a little bit about programming or you have learned other languages, there's a course that I could recommend for you. But if you don't know anything about programming, I would have to just like give you these other resources to use that might make the process a little bit longer. But it feels hard to start. There's no start path, if that makes sense. Yeah, no, it does make sense. It's kind of like you have to kind of know what you want or what you want to make, and then you like learn pieces of how to like make that thing, and then at the end you put them all together. Excuse me. Yeah, so it's called micro and macro. You can have macro vision, which is like the big idea or like the dream game. But I think the hardest part for people to do is the micro, where you break down every single thing that you need to combine together to make that macro goal. And that's what game development pretty much is you are thinking down to like the atoms of what a game is and then combining it all together. Yeah, you always think of the very small things. Like when I'm looking to create something new, I basically break a problem or like something down into like very small sections and then build it from there. Like, I suck with visual effects. I've spent the past like 3 or 4 days just doing nothing but researching this whole Niagara system that Unreal Engine has. I've used it in the past, like I'm somewhat familiar with it, but I'm not great at it. So I'm making strives to get better doing it or using it. I don't know how well it's going, but I made a couple things. This is not something that I'm too proud of because this didn't really take that long. But this is the next thing that I'm going to be changing. It doesn't look bad, doesn't look good either. That's a... to be honest. Particle effects are pretty easy to make, but they're really hard to make look like great. That makes sense. I've seen some particle systems have like 15 different layers to them, and I think like most of mine are maybe 4 to 5 layers deep, if that. So it's a really hard thing to master, but you just gotta work at it every day. You feel the idea? Yeah, it makes sense. The reason I got into game development was I wanted to make an RTS game, and after months of trying to make an RTS game, I was like, shit, I need to learn how to make something else. I enjoy thinking about doing animation and particles. Oh, you and me are the opposite. I think about animation, and then I think about how I live on the 7th story of my apartment and how easy it is to open my window up, if you know what I mean. That's one way to put it. Yeah, animations and me are not friends. I mean, I will say though, I have seen and I've messed with the 5.4 Unreal Engine preview build, and it is fantastic. The tools that they're adding to 5.4 will make animation creation so much easier. Oh, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. They're adding in, I believe, automatic retargeting, easier setup for control rigs. They're upgrading sequencer finally. A couple other things, but yeah, the control rig thing is probably the biggest feature for me. You were wondering who I was talking to? Yeah, it was you. I'm terrible at pronouncing names. Even if it's easy, I'm not going to risk it. We all get voices. I have a lot of them. But it's usually me just like yelling at myself and calling myself stupid for making stuff look like shit. I have to make a 2-part Niagara system. Well, what I should say is I have to learn how to make a 2-part Niagara system, and if it's even possible. I wonder if I can actually control... Oh man, I don't know how much like ability they give you to control frames in Niagara. There's just so much like abstraction to it, and I haven't really looked into if there's like any functions where I can access the system directly and control things during runtime. I know I can like set parameters and stuff, but I guess I just need to connect like the bridge in my mind to manipulating that into what I need. I'm just looking up to see if there's a way to pause and play Niagara systems. The fuck? Oh, some dude's posting like blueprint shit. Oh man. I think I need to fill my water up and grab a quick snack. I'm gonna keep it a buck. They shut the water off in my apartment complex to do like maintenance or something. And dude, I gotta piss so fucking bad. So I really hope that water's turned back on. Give me like 2 minutes to fill my water up. And I'll be back in a minute. Pray to God that shit is turned on. Alrighty. Back in action. Okay. Where was I? Alright. I think the best way to do this is to probably just create a parameter that I can change here. The way I can change a float is through a boolean, actually. Oh man. Okay, so there's actually a couple ways I can do this. What do I want to call this? Probably opacity. See, in my mind, what I am going to do is when we complete, like, selecting what cast we want, I think I want this thing to, like, glow and then disappear. And, have all the particles also disappear as well. So I might use a float to dictate that. In my head, I think it's a good idea, but we're about to find out if it actually will work. So instead of calling deactivate here, we are going to do something else. Set float parameter. User dot opacity. I might want to interpolate this. Shit, there's like 10 different ways to do this. Fuck it, we'll use the easy one right now. Put it to 0. And we will not call deactivate right now. I think what we're going to do is when our character plays that animation of like closing their fist onto the rune, we are going to listen for when that animation is complete, and when it actually finishes, then we'll deactivate the system entirely. I think that might be the best way to do this. Possibly. I'm trying to remember where that function is. I think it's here. Oh, no. It's the other one. This one. Dude, I can't get over how fucking cool this music sounds. I've been listening to like the Dungeons and Dragons shit the past couple days, and oh shit, okay. Wait, the station is called World of Warcraft. Probably gonna listen to this tomorrow as well. Okay. So this is where it's getting called. I also am so sorry if you can hear my fucking mic stand just squeaking like crazy. Shit, where do I want to set this? Be right here. I'm gonna open up 2 of these. Oh wait, no, this is a different function. What's up? We're working on some cool shit, you want to see? Also, doesn't this music sound fucking dope? I can't play your music on my channel anymore, dude. You're just gonna get me banned. Your goddamn copyright strike shit. Thought we were friends. Can you hear me? I don't even know if you're listening. Man, don't pull a, shit. Don't pull a Jesse and then just like, turn the stream on, just like mute me immediately while asking like random questions. Yes, I'm ready. Ready for what? Is there like a huge delay on my stream? I think, okay, mic's good. I'm just making sure there's not like a delay. You guys can't see YouTube chat because unfortunately, apparently like you get banned if you like show it on stream or something. Which I think is really stupid, but you know. Okay. Yeah, so this isn't what we want. This actually might be a function that I get rid of. You would never. Dude, I don't know, man. Your messages are like so far behind. You must be like not watching like live. You must have like paused it. Possibly you just typed. Alright. You ready? I'm only going to show this one more time. Man, you're not even typing anymore. Bro, you were so far behind. You gotta hit the... There's like a button that says live, and it will bring you back up to speed. You're like a minute and a half behind. I'm not gonna entertain that. I'm just gonna continue on with what I'm doing. So someone in the YouTube chat is they're like asking about like what I'm doing and everything, but they're like a minute and a half behind in the VOD. So like I'm saying something and they're not replying because they're like 2 minutes behind. So they asked to see like the gameplay. Oh, you're good. Oh no, you're fine, you're fine. I'm pretty much talking to anybody listening. Thanks, man. Make sure you release more music though. And don't copyright strike me when I play it on stream, please. Thank you. You're trying to take me out. The plan now is to modify our function for spawning in this rune system in our hand. So I'm just like kind of like thinking a little bit ahead on how I want to handle this, because there's a couple other things that I'm going to be putting along with this, but I think this is the spot that I'm going to do it. Right here. Just gotta find the damn function. Here it is. Okay. Yeah, so we have like 1/2 of our system complete. This is going to be for the second half. This music is like way too fucking hype for what I'm doing right now. Crazy. I would totally use this shit in my game if they let me. I might ask them. The hell? Yo, I swear I... Oh, is it set float? No. Oh, okay. Set variable float is what I used before. Do not need this. I think I was like planning on using a timer or something at this point. Have this deactivate. Oh no, I don't think this will work, because like if we use this multiple times, I'm basically just creating like a ton of handles for this. I'd rather use like an animation for it. This is tough. Mainly because like, so we're dynamically setting a texture. Like this rune that's right here, this gets set by a function. And like in my head, I think it'd be easier to make two separate like systems. One for like invoking or like picking the spell. And then the second one would be this Niagara system basically like shrinks down and then disappears after the player selects it. I don't even know if I'm making sense right now. But in my head, like, I'm just like playing through how I'm gonna do this. I think I might actually go eat some food and then come back to this in probably about an hour. So I may call it for the stream for right now, but we'll make this a two-parter, and I'll be back after I eat a little bit and test out some ideas. I just don't want to waste anybody's time testing this shit out when I myself am trying to figure out a way for this to work. I'd rather show you guys how to do it directly. So, that being said, I'm going to call it for right now. And yeah, I'll be back in probably about an hour or so, I would imagine. Gonna go to sleep in a bit? Hey, no problem. I appreciate you stopping by. Enjoy the rest of your night. Get some well-needed rest, or well-deserved rest. I don't know why I said well-needed. Brain fog. Anyways, before I fuck anything else up, peace out. I'll see you guys in an hour.